Hiya guys, it's your friend Ballistic Bee, and welcome to our first play of the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Alpha. So, JB and I are about to take this for a test drive. We've each played a couple multiplayer maps here and there, but this is going to be the first one that we will play together. And we encountered potentially a glitch, maybe just something a little bit different from what it has been in the past, trying to party up. It was a little difficult to party up with JB, and I had to, instead of pressing triangle on PlayStation and getting him to pop up and then hitting invite to party, go over and click on the add player or invite player button that you see on the screen there underneath his name to get it to pop up and be able to invite him into the party. I'm not sure if that, again, is a glitch or it's just a little bit different. Probably something they're going to modify and take care of so that it'll be pretty normalized by the time we get into the beta and ultimately into the actual release. As we move forward talking about the alpha, it's a little different than others. It actually would not allow you to progress past level 1 and stayed at level 1, but with everything opened up pretty much to level 20 for most of the weapons. You can see these weapons here had pretty much your pick of all of the attachments that you wanted, and I expect there'll be a lot more to come, but right off the bat, quite a bit to work with. From barrels to grips to magazines, pretty much what you'd expect, optics, lasers, the whole 9 yards. I tried to stay away from the optics and the lasers in particular, and as you noticed, loaded out specifically just for maximum damage and maximum accuracy. Now, there are a couple different maps that you're going to want to think about taking an optic into, in particular, the multiplayer desert map, the name of which eludes me at the moment, and some of the more wide open maps that are similar to ground war maps here in the current Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So, when you're looking at things, I think that we got a lot of different AR options here already. 3. I think we'll get a whole bunch more. The AK, the Krig, and then the XM4, which is again just a variant, essentially the M4. The Krig looks to be some format of maybe Romanian assault rifle, and then the AK, which does, as you would expect, high damage, high recoil, not particularly accurate at distance. The XM4 is pretty much your best bet for a good all-round AR weapon. Now, as you can see here in the shotguns, there were just 2 that were opened up for use in the alpha, including a pump and the semi-auto Gallo. Now, I was very impressed with the Gallo. It was really a little bit too impressive, with high damage, fast cycling, low recoil, almost point and click, very similar to some of the marksman rifles, and it may end up being nerfed. Now, it was particularly choked down the way that I had it configured, and so relatively tight spread pattern, which may have increased the damage and helped out quite a bit. So as you can see here for the perks, there are 6 perk slots, which you can open up using the greed perk, but typically there are only 3 total perk slots available. With the greed perk, of course, you can open up 6 total, netting you 5 perks you can actually use. And then, of course, the lethals and the tacticals, pretty typical as in past Black Ops titles. Nothing stunningly different here to report yet. So, on to the snipers, where we have the LW3 and the Pellington. Really just 2 choices here in the alpha. I know I found the LW3 to be superior to the Pellington, which is, according to JB, our resident firearms expert, essentially a Remington 700. Now, the snipers were pretty low recoil, almost point and click, and I found a lot of people using them across a lot of different maps, especially the more open maps out in the desert, different things like that. The marksman rifles, also in certain configurations, were extremely high damage and very little recoil, making them basically 2 to 3 shot kills. Now, as we move on to the score streaks, you can see the RC car here, UAVs, napalm strikes, attack helo, chopper gunner, which is way overpowered, by the way. It has the ability to locate players even underwater and put them down accurately and quickly with the minigun. It's a heck of a lot of fun to play, but really overpowered. I expect it to be nerfed. The attack helo is essentially just an autonomous overhead score streak that stays aloft for way too long. I expect that to be nerfed down as well. And then here we see, of course, War Machine making a return. And this is a really cool score streak to have, as in past Black Ops, particularly in modes of gameplay like Domination or Capture the Flag, where multiple players may cluster together in areas. It really lends itself to a lot of cool possibilities for multi-kills. And then, of course, you see Air Patrol, which is just essentially the capacity to knock out enemy player kill streaks. Nothing particularly interesting there. So let's go ahead and get started loading up into our first game. You can see the operator that I chose here. And there are a couple other characters that you could choose from in the alpha. As we're going to see here in a second, you could choose from the Navy SEAL operative, which I believe is the one that I chose. CIA operatives. There are some mil-spec, mil-sim operatives out there as well, just thrown in for fun. But essentially not a lot of diversity with the operators. I expect the characters to get much more colorful, detailed, and diverse as we go into the beta and essentially the game release as well. Alright, so the first map JB and I played is the beautifully rendered Miami. This is a gorgeous map set in the vibrant neon 80s. As you're about to see, if this map is what we have to look forward to, this is going to be a truly gorgeous and great title. I'm going to let you guys check out the gameplay and stick around at the end to hear about all the rest of the Cold War Alpha news. Enjoy. Alright guys, I'm out, but you're going to want to stick around to check out all of the other Cold War Alpha gameplay and see the other multiplayer maps and open environment maps similar to Ground War, including the tremendously fun Armada, where we get back to some actual water-based warfare with jet skis and gunboats. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and click the subscribe button on your screen with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the loads of new content to come. Be safe, be fun, and believe.